Hey guys, Dramacult is back with part 4 in the narration of the Thai BL novel Oxygen. Have you checked out the previous parts? If not, do check it out. If you like our content, do subscribe to our channel and smash the bell icon. Also hit the like button for this video and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Now, let's get into the narration. You can turn on CC for English subtitles. The one about Solo's mom. Solo's mom's last wish before she died was to let Solo learn whatever he wants. Solo Sivarakin belongs to a wealthy, well-known family who owns hotels and resort chains in foreign countries. Their business was expanding to Thailand. As soon as Solo graduated from his high school, he returned to his mom's homeland while his father was still living abroad. He decided on pursuing his studies in music just like his mom in the same university. As a child, his mom had already taught the basics of playing all kinds of guitar. Although his father allowed him to pursue music, he will have to take over his family business after the completion of his course, as he was the sole heir to his family's business empire. Solo's mom passed away 4 years ago, and with that Solo lost all his happiness. He lost his sleep. He never smiled and stayed aloof after the incident. It was like his mom left with his happiness. His father was never there for him and Solo never felt connected to him. Solo felt all alone. The one about why Solo calls Gi guitar. Her guitar is the one thing that Solo's mom left for him, which made him feel her presence and in turn give him happiness. After Solo met Gi, he felt happy whenever Gi was around. Guitar meant happiness to Solo, so did Gi. That's why Solo started calling Gi guitar. The one about K's attraction towards Gi and Solo's jealousy. Seniors were taking out first years to the beach to create a good rapport with them. Solo insists on Gi accompanying him for this event and Solo has no choice but to comply. Everyone were grouped faculty-wise for the beach trip. Gi and his engineering faculty peers were to travel separate from Solo and his music faculty peers, but somehow Gi and his friends were left without a bus and they had no choice but to travel with the music faculty. When Gi enters the music faculty bus, some of the juniors, mainly Solo's bestie Kao, starts teasing him. Gi searches for his seat and the only seat that is left vacant is the one beside Solo. It seems as if it was intentionally left vacant. As soon as Gi sits down, Solo leans on his shoulder and falls asleep. They reach the destination, which is a seaside resort, after 3 hours. Solo slept like a baby all through the trip. When Gi gets down from the bus along with Solo, everyone just stares at them in a teasing way. Interestingly, Gi is allotted room along with the music faculty students and Gi is accompanied by Kao, Solo and K. K seems to have a crush on Gi as Gi catches him staring at him a couple of times, which Gi chooses to ignore, but Solo notices it and this makes him grumpy and jealous. After the discussions about the itinerary, everyone is dismissed to take rest. Activities start only on the next day. All were moving back to the room when K starts talking to Gi with a wide smile. Out of nowhere, Solo, who was supposedly in a meeting, throws a bottle at K, which hits him on his head. K continues to talk to Gi, all teary-eyed, but Gi ignores him and says he is waiting for Solo. K makes Gi uncomfortable by asking about his interest in Solo. When Gi tries to dismiss him, K blatantly says he is never going to stop pursuing Gi. While this conversation goes on, Solo, who was in a music faculty meeting, gets angry and shouts at K, which shocks everyone. Kao then tries to calm Solo down. Gi outright rejects K and asks him to stop wasting his time. Solo approaches Gi and asks him to ignore K. When they enter their room, Kao was already in. K seems to have shifted to some other room, as him and his belongings were nowhere to be seen. Now Solo turns back to being the cute husky and he clings on to Gi's waist. Gi asks Solo to take a shower, but he just holds on to Gi tightly. After insisting for a long time, Solo gets up to take a shower. Gi almost forgets that Kao is also there in the same room, who is witnessing everything that is going on between Solo and him. Kao, of course, teases him. On the activities day, Solo and Gi were in separate teams. Despite Gi rejecting K's approaches on the previous day, K continues hanging around Gi. Gi gets confused as to why K continued to do so. Bia then makes Guy realize that Guy is not publicly committed to Solo. To an outsider, it seems like Solo has a special liking towards Guy and that Guy entertains him as he is kind to everybody. Only Guy and Solo know that what they have between them is something that is really special. Bia adds that in order for anybody, including Kate, to stop pursuing either Solo or Guy, they should start expressing their special bond publicly. The one with Solo Guy's confession. During the nighttime programs at the resort, Solo performs a romantic song on stage along with Cow and dedicates it to Guy. Guy couldn't hold in his happiness any longer and he openly states that he likes Solo. Everyone gets surprised, including Solo, and he grabs Guy and takes him away from the crowd. When they are both completely alone, Solo confesses his feelings towards Guy. They have some really sweet and intimate moments on the beach. Solo is very clear about his strong feelings towards Guy. Guy is not at that level yet. So instead of becoming a couple right away, they decide on giving each other time to get to know each other better and decide on being each other's special person for now. So we have come to the end of part 4 of the narration of the novel. Are you excited for the next part? Do wait for it. That's it for now, guys. Catch you with the next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.